Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. And something I mentioned in the daily financial news on March 30th, that is a playlist that we do at 7:30 a.m. Monday through Monday, 7 days a week, was a new metric or a new thought. And I want to share with you my thoughts, but I want to get your opinions. I think one of the things that we must realize is that the Federal Reserve, through their mistake of keeping rates too low for too long, they have created an issue in the real estate market that we are going to feel for years to come. I believe, and what we are going to go through together is just the tip of the iceberg. So what I would ask you to do is get out a piece of paper. I am going to ask you 8 questions. I am going to give you my thoughts on these, but this is exactly what I mean by we have a problem coming. I believe the real estate transactions in 2022 and 2023 are going to fall. We did roughly 6.6 million sales in 2021. That was roughly 6 million in existing home sales and roughly 600,000 in new home builds for a total of 6.6. I believe over the next year or two, we will see at least 25%, if not 50% fall in transactions, because the 30-year mortgage with a 2 or a 3 on it is going to become an asset. It is going to become a thing that people don't want to get rid of. So what we are going to do is we are not going to look at demand. We are having demand destruction right now. We have already seen pending home sales down. We have already seen mortgage apps down. Nobody can question demand destruction. I want you to think about something I have never, ever thought about. We are about to have supply destruction. That is a phrase I don't think I have ever heard before. We have supply destruction. So what I'm going to ask you to do, and I'm going to do with you, is I want you to think about 2021. 2021, the last 12 months before the Fed raised rates. And I want you to think about 2022, or if you're more comfortable, think about 2023. And we are going to go through this together. And we're going to talk about the supply side, not demand, supply. I believe supply is going to go down. Again, I believe we have supply destruction, but let's do it together. So when we look at supply of homes that were sold, one of the areas is, hey, I have a second home, a vacation home. I'm not using it anymore. I don't want it. It's a headache. I don't know how many of those are, so I don't have a quantity. And if you can find these metrics, I would love to see them. But let's just talk about, hey, if I have a second home, I'm in Boise, or I'm in Phoenix, or I'm in Las Vegas, or I'm in Miami, any of these hot markets. You probably sold that house in 2021, top dollar. My guess is you're not going to be selling in 2022 or 2023 because you would take less money, right? If you wanted to sell your second home, you already did. So I'm going to guess that this is down 20%. I'm going to guess that people who have second homes are going to sell 20% less of them going forward. That's what we're going to do here, okay? So that's the first one, down 20%. Because of rates, right? The market was hot. If you wanted to sell, you already did. And once you've sold, you don't sell again. So next, downsize. How many times have you and I said or thought baby boomers are going to downsize? That has been an excellent strategy for years. I'm going to sell my 5-bedroom, 3-bath house. I'm going to move into something smaller. Maybe sell my 2-story, move into 1-story. We've all thought about this. But here's the problem. You're going to be selling a big house in a market with rising interest rates. It is not affordable. Also, you're going to be selling a house that has a low, if not zero, mortgage payment. You as a move down buyer, downsizing, you're going to be looking at potentially, hey, my house, because I refied, because again, 72% of loans have been recast in the last 2 years, according to Matt, the mortgage guy. Why would you downsize your 5-bedroom, 3-bath house to a smaller house when the payment is the same or close? I believe downsizing is not going to be very common, because why would you? The payments are roughly the same. So I think downsizing could fall 30%. And all of these negatives means less supply, less sales. So next, builders. Builders. I'm going to assume, I'm going to hope, I'm going to pray that builders sell more. Yes, I know about supply chain. Yes, I know about lumber. Yes, I know about rising rates. My hope is builders change their mind and build smaller homes. So I'm going to be optimistic and say that builders build 10% more homes, or actually sell 10%. So that's a plus. -20, -30, plus 10%. I'm going to hope builders sell more. Next up, flippers. Man, I told you last year, never, ever in my 21 years of history had flipping homes been more profitable. I have to write a 6-figure check to the IRS because flipping was so profitable last year. Not the case going forward. There's going to be a lot of flippers who lose money. Cost of capital is going to eat them alive. Dead days, it's going to be ugly. I think flipping falls 10%. Right? Again, 10% less flippers. Maybe you do less projects, less deals. Just in a flat market, flipping is not as common. Next, can't afford. This is going to be a big positive number, but it's for the wrong reasons. So what is can't afford? Foreclosure, short sale, deed in lieu, not making payments, lost my job, whatever it is. I think can't afford is going to be huge. I think this could be up 200%. So again, that may sound like a huge number, and on a percentage basis, it absolutely is. But we must realize that can't afford has been shut off the last 2 years. So we have a lot of folks that are stuck in their homes that will be foreclosed, short sale, deed in lieu, whatever it is. This 200%, if it happens or when it happens, it'll be a drop in the bucket. That's the danger of using percentages, right? We had 40,000 foreclosures, 200% means we go to 120, right? It's just, it's a small number, but percentage-wise, I think that goes up. Next, must sell. Life happens. Death, divorce, job transfers. I think must sell is essentially flat. I think life happens no matter what the market is doing. So it happened last year, it'll happen next year. I don't think there's really any change in must sells. If you got to sell, you got to sell in a good market, you got to sell in a bad market, right? Life happens. Next, investors. This is interesting. Are investors going to 1031? Are investors going to cash out and pay taxes? Are investors going to do seller financing? What are investors going to do? I don't know. A lot of investors sold out, right? Peak of market, eviction moratorium, I hate the government, I'm going to sell. A lot of them sold last year. I don't know. And then where are they going to put the money, right? Where are investors who are keeping them going to put the money? I'm going to guess this is down 10%. I don't really feel good about it, but That is going to be my guess. And now, for the most important number. I think all of these percentages are interesting, but when you look at the totality of the sellers, this last one are most sellers. We had 6.6 million homes sold, really 6 million because the other 600 grand were builders. I believe of the 6 million homes sold, half or 3 million were move-up buyers. Meaning, I'm going to sell this home and I'm going to buy that home. That is my belief. I could be wrong. If you have details, please send me a note. I would love to get absolute numbers. Right now, I only have percentages. But here's the deal. If Matt, the mortgage guy, is right and 72% of loans have been recast, that 30-year mortgage is an asset. Nobody or very few people are going to choose to get rid of that and go somewhere else and pay more. Maybe pay more for less. If you have a 2.7, why do you want a 5.8% mortgage? I believe this could fall 40% or more. I think 40 is conservative. I want to put 50% there, but I'm only going to put 40. So this is how bad I think 2022 and 2023 is going to be. I want to hear from you. Let me know what you think. In the comments below, list out your opinion about these numbers. Don't want, i.e. second home, downsize, builders, flippers, can't afford, must sell, investors, and the big boy, move up buyers. Let me know your thoughts below. I'm going to collect this. I'm going to ask all of my experts this week. So let me know what you think. That is my opinion. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.